All right, let's try this again. So we're picking back up at the interrogation, and this time we get to use Sly. Yeah, welcome on in, Val and someone. Welcome in, welcome in. Yeah, I agree with Amaryllis. No is no is no. He can't force you to do anything you don't want him to do. That's fair. That's fair, Bunny Fist. I would say, though, at least, and I'm not trying to convince anybody to play, they've made a lot of changes. They've made a lot of changes. And crafty dab habits. I can dab. Not very well today. There we go. There's your dab. There's your dab for today. All right, Yuki, you need to get off my arm, please. I love you, but not today. All right, so we're going to do that. We're going to do the interrogation again. And this time, we're going to be Sly.
They'd run the classic good cop, sly cop interrogation. Luca and Rollo ducked behind a barrel, leaving Beck to her task.
Ah, Beck gets to do it this time.
With a few crisp snaps, she roused Mr. Tolliver.
What? What's going on here? You're that Modewell girl. Please, call me Beck. I know, Beck is hard. Beck is bae. Wow, Beck is adorable. Beck is adorable. Sorry about all this.
Mr. Tolliver looked down and shifted a bit, testing his restraints.
It seems there's been a mix-up. You see, I'm down here for the same reason you are. Juniper sent you here?
Beck caught herself before letting the surprise manifest on her face. She'd already gotten him to reveal his relation to Gran.
That was quick.
This was gonna be easy.
You know how Juniper is with her precautions. Operation Sparkplug has us... Wow. Operation Sparkplug has us all on edge. I guess she thought you needed some backup. But she sent a child. What better way to avoid prying eyes? Who would suspect a kid? I suppose that makes sense.
Mr. Tolliver wriggled a bit in his restraints.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Beck quickly removed the ropes.
Uh-oh. That had to be uncomfortable. A little, yeah. But you understand. We never know who to trust in this town.
Mr. Tolliver rubbed the growing knot on his forehead.
Yeah. Very true. So, it turns out we're both here to...
Beck twirled her hand, as if to prompt Mr. Tolliver to finish her thought.
destroy the evidence.
Beck shook her head and clicked her tongue.
Yep, the old gal is nothing if not thorough.
Mr. Tolliver let out an amused huff in agreement.
Becca's good. She sure is. Can't blame her, though. If anyone were to find out that we're going to destroy the source... Well, we both know how bad that might be. No one will know anything once I finish cleaning things up down here.
Beck was on a roll now, playing Mr. Tolliver like a fiddle.
You sure you can finish this up on your own? Juniper trusted me for a reason. You can leave the rest to me. Good. There is one more loose end I'll go work on. Loose end? Oh, it's nothing really. The other day, I had the radio on scam while restocking the candy shelf. And wouldn't you know it, I intercepted an odd phrase in a perennial harvest transmission. Uh-oh. Underground secrets. That's ominous. I think it might be a password, but Juniper dismissed it. That it wasn't mission critical. What's the password for? We don't know. So we have a password and nowhere to put it. It's gotta mean something, right? Good thinking. You should probably go work on that. I've got this under control. That's a relief. Between you and me, this basement gives me the willies.
Heading for the stairs, Mr. Tolliver hesitated and turned to Beck with a puzzled look.
Oh, you've got me worried, Roy.
She grinned and gave him a peppy wave. With a shrug, he continued up the stairs, whistling a jaunty tune.
He's not very, well, he's a little gullible. We'll put it that way. You guys catch that? Sure did. This whole time, Mr. Tulliver's had a candy shelf. But all he ever sells us is apples.
Beck blinked slowly in disappointment.
I agree with you, Beck. The password, Rolo. Well, sure, but once things are back to normal, I'll be having a word with Mr. Tulliver about that candy shelf. Fine. In the meantime, I've got an idea.
She turned to the table and began tearing small scraps of paper.
He said he heard a password on the radio. Any good spy transmission is never what it seems.
Beck marked each scrap of paper and leaned back.
We just need to find the hidden meaning. Okay. What's another word for underground? Well, that's understandable, but you are going to a music festival redo. That's kind of a given that's going to happen at some point. Buried? Covered? Could it be a cover-up? Maybe it's one of those letter as a number thingies. So you would be 21? N would be 14? D would be... Oh, it's an anagram. Nuncreed's drugstore. What? How did you figure that out? Wait. The country bumpkin just figured out that it's an anagram. Wow, that's actually kind of impressive, Rolo.
Luca and Beck looked at Rollo with amazement.
Rolo, that was incredible. Well, it's either Fred's nude rug store. Yeah, I think you were right the first time. How did you do that? What can I say? I love ciphers. Well, I guess we know where to go next. Investigate Nun Creed's a drugstore. All right, off we go. Oh? Hi. Oh, you scared me half to death. Sorry. You kids haven't seen Mr. Tulliver around, have you? Nope. He's got me waiting around like the last slice of pie. I swear, that man would be late to his own funeral.
The road leading to Beacon was sort of not.
For old time's sake, let's just lean on this post here. We're so cool. Oh? You're late, Augustus. Oh, sorry, sister. Was caught up with work. Work? You? I had a few more details to lock down for the festival. Oh? What do you have to report? What is this insipid town festival really about? Aw, well that's a shame, Nordic. I'm sorry to hear that. Don't let the other idiots in pickup groups get to you, though. They are all, well, it's a pickup group. What do you expect? I think
Gus looked around nervously.
I think Mr. Kerr really does just want to do something good for the town. He's actually a pretty nice guy. You should spend some time with him. I didn't pull strings and song you as mayor so you could make friends. Your job is to help me figure out what Kerr and Perennial Harvest's true intentions are with this town. We have a responsibility. This is our father's town. Was. Excuse me. This was our father's town. He's gone, Eris, and he isn't coming back. Father left us with nothing but problems. Mr. Kerr came here and offered to help us. We accepted that help. We didn't agree to them turning Father's warehouse into a toxic dumping ground. That is just a temporary arrangement. The glow can be seen from our damned backyard. They are dumping their nasty little secrets on us. When all this inevitably goes wrong, who do you think will be blamed?
Eris's cry hung in the air.
We have a new choice to make now, sister. This town is going to change, whether we like it or not. Are you gonna choose to be part of that future, or be forgotten in the past? It's a shame. Well, and the same, Nordic. If I'm ever on at the same time as you are, I will happily come DPS for you and slap the other people in the pug if they're being idiots. Because my guess is they're probably running ahead of you because you're pulling slowly, because you're new. But yeah, I wouldn't let them get to you. Pugs are pugs. That's why I mostly play solo. It's a shame. Father named you Augustus, but you will always just be Gus. Good night, Eris. I'll see you at breakfast tomorrow. Yeah, Gus doesn't seem very ambitious. No, you can, Amaryllis. I don't think you can form parties cross-server, but pugs are definitely cross-server. And I know you can play cross-faction in dungeons now, which is really nice. It's getting late, children. Ooh. Now, he spat with a sneer. There exists a gulf between knowing something and being able to do a damn thing about it. Rumph. I do hate it when the villain makes a good point. Yeah. Yeah, there's some cross-faction stuff happening now, Amaryllis. I know there's cross-faction, like, communities and stuff. And dungeons and raids, I think, are starting to be cross-faction, too. Oh, hello, Solomon. We haven't really got to meet you a lot, and I like you. Yeah, I think so, Argon. Aw, and thank you for that, Roy.
Solomon stood proudly at the entrance to the drugstore, holding a brown bag overflowing with black licorice.
Ah. Hey, Solomon. We're looking for Mr. Nuncreed. Is he still in there? I am afraid not. Then where'd you get the candy from? You might say we have an arrangement.
Solomon shoveled a surprising amount of licorice into his mouth.
Good choice with black licorice. Sometimes it's the small pleasures in life. Though we might not always have family to rely on. Licorice has never let me down. Well, I can't say licorice would be my first choice. Oh, I love black licorice. But whatever floats your boat. You can tell a lot about a person by their choice of confection. Oh, yeah, I guess. I like sour gobs. I'm certain you do. I always wondered why Mr. Nuncreek kept licorice in stock. And you might eat enough of it to make it worthwhile. There are many ways to earn loyalty. Wow, I can't talk today. For some, it's as easy as cold hard cash. Interesting. Well, he's right, it's locked. There's gotta be more clues. Okay, let's see. See if there's a secret entrance around here. Probably, Amaryllis, probably. Which, I mean, that is a lot of licorice. Of course. Have you ever seen anyone actually use this thing? Besides Mr. Nuncreed, no.
Beck cupped her hands on the glass to peek inside.
That is not a normal phone booth. It's got like a blinky keypad. Why would there be a blinky keypad? Kren's Nude Rug Store. I mean, Underground Secrets. The password.
Beck flung open the door and they all squeezed in.
A lot of people in one phone booth. All right, let's see here.
Luca cracked his knuckles and entered the letters into the keypad.
Underground Secrets. Sounds like that did something. Great, now what? I guess we...
The inside of the phone booth dropped loose from its shell.
Uh-oh.
Without even the space to panic, they closed their eyes, held their breath, and accepted their fate. Suddenly, the chaotic descent slowed to an effortless landing.
Dun dun dun!
It was unclear where they ended up, but at least it was solid ground.
What?
The air was stagnant and smelled vaguely of chlorine.
I knew it. You knew there was a secret hub full of strange tubes under the phone booth? Of course I did. Didn't I say that? No. I definitely thought it. Luca, do you remember when I said how cool it would be if the trans-dimensional conduits from Hank Atomic Issue 12 were real? Rolo, at one point or another, you've said that about every technology ever discussed in Hank Atomic. That's why I'm such a good predictor. Looks like each of these has something written on them. Well, this just got sinister. Like it hasn't been getting sinister. This suit has a broken mask. A broken mask! So have we found our mystery warehouse creeper? At least we found their hazmat suit. If it walks like a Nuncreed and talks like a Nuncreed, let's not jump to conclusions. Just saying. Probably not wrong. Mining Operations Alpha. You guys have mines here? Not that I know of. This town is all farms and fertilizer. and a series of tubes. All always says, you can only trust a miner up to the point when they hit gold. Not sure how that wisdom applies in this exact situation. That's the thing about Paul. When you don't realize what he means and it's too late. You don't always realize what he means until it's too late. I can really not talk today. Interesting. So there's mining. Perennial Harvest main office. Self-explanatory. That's where my mom works. What does she do? Science stuff. Is she involved in all of this? We just moved here. How could she be involved? True. Yeah, I do too, Roy. Rollo is probably one of, if not my favorite character in this game. Valentine Fertilizer Warehouse. Isn't that where you almost got snatched? Rollo is adorable. Yeah. Why would Perennial Harvest have a tube going to the old Valentine place? This is starting to feel like something big. Like you, Rollo. You were adorably stocky. I like you. Yeah, it is a hard pick between Rollo and Beck. It is. That's a lot of buttons. I mean, not that I don't like Luca, because Luca's adorable too. I can't look at Luca and go, how the heck does he get his sweaters on? Like, that is one weird things that Crafty thinks about. How do you get a sweater on over antlers? Because that's very obviously not a cardigan because there's no zipper in the front. And buttons. There's no buttons either. So how does he get that sweater on over his head? Like, clothing problems for furries. Clothing problems for furries is that, like, anything with horns or antlers would have to have, like, button-up shirts all the time. So you wouldn't have to deal with putting stuff, like, over your antlers. Stretches? Yeah, that'd have to stretch a lot. That would have to stretch quite a bit. I was drawing the activity. Actually, pull-on shirts and antlers. I'm gonna have to look at that, Argon. But I mean, you'd have to do it in, like, sequences. And imagine being like a deer with the sharp, pointy antlers. How many holes would your shirts have? Shirt is made of spandex yarn. Oh, that'd be a lot of stretch. That'd be a lot of spandex. Alright, that's a lot of buttons. Stand aside, Earthlings. I've read enough Hank Atomic to know my way around sci-fi tech.
Rollo's hands hovered over the field of blinking buttons.
Oh no. Eeny, meeny, miny. Rollo, what did you do? Nothing. I didn't even mow yet. What was that? Hide! It's on the deer fluffies. Not really. My brain has already decided, Amaryllis, that there's buttons that go up the back. There's got to be buttons that go up the back of the shirt. And if not up the back of the shirt, they probably have, like, buttons right behind the collar to make the collar larger. So my brain has already figured that out. It's just funny. Like, I think about these things more than I probably should. Where? There's nothing but weird tubes down here. Wow, that was weird. There's nothing but... Oh, forget it. I'm not even going to try anymore. Just get back. It is Nuncreed. Shit. 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 Awesome! Of course you'd say that, Rollo. How tight the neck is. Well, that's what I'm thinking too, Argon. That's what I'm thinking. Because it's definitely a turtleneck. You all need to come with me. Now. We aren't going anywhere with you. Not until we get some answers. Mr. Underground Secrets. I told them it was an absurd password. But they love anything that makes them feel clever. They who? Yeah, well, that's smart, Roy. That's smart. Yes, yes. The sweater is knitted directly onto their torso. That's no matter. If I can keep you hidden until after the festival, I might be able to save your skins. We don't care about our skins. Hold on now. I like my skin. This all stops now, Nuncreed.
Joseph waited for a moment in silence.
You sound just like him. Who? Walt. You don't get to talk about my dad. You know, your father and I were friends back before
He gestured toward the strange tubes.
all of this. That's a lie. It's true. I used to bounce you on my knee. What happened? Same thing that always happens. Reality, complications, life. We were a team, Walt and I. An idealistic doctor and a bright-eyed pharmacist. Both hell-bent on helping folks. So, you are his sidekick? No. We were partners. He helped the patients and I helped him. Yep, total sidekick.
Nuncreed let out a growl of a sigh.
Eh. Luca, I need you to know this. I need someone to know this. One day, Sharper Valentine comes to us. Says he's got an opportunity. He found something he didn't quite understand. And he was willing to pay us both handsomely to help him understand it. And my dad said no. Your father and I both believed in helping people. But the thing I could never get to him to understand was it's a lot easier to help others if you help yourself now and then. Classic sidekick into villain plotline. Walt loved being righteous almost more than he loved his family. He was wrong about one thing, though. When he begged me not to take Valentine's offer, he said, Joseph, if a person says yes one time to Sharper Valentine, he'll make sure they keep on saying yes to him until the day he's dead and gone.
He shook his head wistfully.
Sharper's long gone, but he's still got me saying yes. Yeah, someone's got a lot of regret on their shoulders. Is there a point to this sob story? Not really, no. Just an old man trying to delay what needs doing.
Nuncreed took a menacing step towards the children.
Jump him. I tried to keep you safe. I tried to keep you and Juniper out of this. But you forced my hand.
Luca began to laugh.
What? You really don't know? My Gran isn't out of this. She's been scheming right under your nose. Juniper? Seems like she's planning on crashing the town's party. She's going to disrupt the festival. Why would she?
The color drained from Nuncreed's face.
Ah! How does she know? Apparently she knows a lot of things. What? Let's just say this isn't the only underground lair we've busted into today. And honestly, hers was way cooler. She's got maps and explosive and big intentions, big man.
Nuncreed grabbed Luca by the shoulders. His eyes were frantic.
You need to tell me what she's going to do right now. She doesn't understand what it is she's messing with. Tell me now. She's in danger, boy. Boy. I don't know. She had a map with a mark on the fountain in the town square. Fountain? But why would...
A jolt of realization struck Mr. Nuncreed.
She knows about the source? What the heck is the source? If she tries to destroy the source, it could catalyze and... Dear God, he's going to freeze us all. You all need to run. Run where? Away. As far away from this town as you can get. Head west and don't look back. That's a terrible way to travel. That did not go how I expected. So... we're totally following him, right? Totally. Oh, is there a queue, Nordic? Is he on the other side? You good? Yep. Or no, lodestone. Try resetting your password, Nordic. You might have forgotten it. I love this town.
Chapter 8. The Cold, Hard Truth.
Ooh.
Beck leapt up, allowing the suction to yank her into the dark. Dimness eclipsed around her like the shutter of a camera as she seemed to cover great distance in mere moments. Her only points of reference were glints of upcoming turns, which approached with frightening speed, only to carom her gracefully along.
Aram, wow. I love the writers in this using all of the quarter words. Like, holy crap, they've used a lot of good words in this.
She heard the tinny, distant echoes of Rollo's glee.
Of course she did.
Once she stopped fighting against it, the ride was impossibly smooth. Then, all of a sudden, as if minutes had passed in an instant, light blazed into view.
That's odd, Nordic. You might have to call customer service. Ah, gotcha, Roy, gotcha.
A burst of wintry air snuffed across her face, and she was flung out into the cold.
And yes, page 69. Ah, okay, so that's where that comes out. That was intense. Yeah. I think I might have parted with some fluids in there. Thanks, Rollo. Hey, welcome on in, Ishmik. Welcome in, welcome in. How are you doing today? Any idea where we are? Somewhere cold. Doesn't look like it got on any of us. I'm trying to decide if he peed a little or he got, like, motion sick. It doesn't feel like we traveled that far. So, where did it all go? Rollo, stop asking. This place sucks. Why would anyone even want to blow something up out here? The only way to find out is only one way to find out, I suppose. We gotta catch up to Nuncreed. I think he went this way. Yeah, exactly, Amaryllis. That's pretty funny, though, that he's, like, checking to see where it went. And we know what this is. Oh, this is wacky. This looks familiar. Yeah. Maybe we can clear off the snow. No time. Nuncreed's getting away. Huh. Well, we know that's the Beacon Pines sign. Okay, this is starting to feel really familiar. I may not be the most well versed on all things Beacon Pines, but this does look like some sort of a frozen replica of town. Oh, I got it. It's so obvious now. Mr. Nuncreed is an alien. Rollo. Stick with me here. His species can only live in sub-zero temperatures. Oh boy, here we go. The source is their base camp dimension, so naturally they keep it cold. We found it by traveling through those metallic wormholes back there. Final objective, kill us all and shapeshift into a Beacon Pine citizen of their choosing. This is not Invasion of the Body Snatchers. You never really had me. But you very much lost me there. You get used to it. We should keep moving. Yeah, very silly, Rollo. I mean, at least Rollo has a theme, though.
As they rounded the corner to the frozen town square, they spotted Mr. Nuncreed inching cautiously toward a pit at its center.
This isn't good.
He held his arms out gingerly, as if approaching a beast in the wild.
Uh-oh.
Upon closing the distance, Luca recognized what Nuncreed was after. Gran stood confidently at the edge, one arm outstretched over the abyss. Nearby, a wheelbarrow had been emptied out.
Oh no.
She held a lit torch, which flickered in the bitter wind.
Juniper, I don't know what you think you're doing, but I assure you this is not going to solve anything. How they live in is the replica and this is the real town. Yeah, we found that out yesterday, Running Paw. You're 100% correct. The town this is the snow-covered Beacon Pines is the real Beacon Pines. We found that out yesterday. Kinda crazy. If you drop that, you've doomed this entire town. Oh, it wasn't me who doomed this town. I've been watching you, Joseph. I know what you've done. You and your co-conspirators. Oh. Gran? What's happening? Luca, you and your friends need to leave right this moment.
Mr. Nuncreed turned back toward the kids, desperation in his eyes.
Listen to your grandma, Luca. This is between me and Juniper.
Rollo and Beck held steadfast in awe. Luca approached closer.
Well, the other avatars are supposed to have clothes, Amaryllis. We just haven't figured out how to get them on yet, because I am not a good person with Unity. But yeah, eventually all of my avatars will have clothes. And I used to dress like this. Now instead of a flannel, it's a cardigan or a sweatshirt. But no, I used to wear flannel all the time. Now it's just kind of migrated into a flannel, or not a flannel, it's migrated into a hoodie or a cardigan. They last a little bit longer than flannels do.
Mr. Nuncreed spun back toward Gran, his voice growing louder.
You've got it all wrong, Juniper. Just hand over that torch. You don't understand what you're doing. Huh. How could I possibly trust you to do the right thing? Walt told me everything. He trusted you, and you betrayed that trust. Luca, did you know that this man's entire life is a lie? If it weren't for him, your father might still be alive.
Mr. Nuncreed winced with anguish.
Ooh.
His voice hardened.
That's not true.
They both now yelled, not to each other, but at fate itself, making their peace with long-held burdens. The wind howled with encouragement.
Walt was like a brother to me. We just had different ideas about how to affect change. Huh. Very convenient that your wages happen to line your pockets. Now, that's not fair.
They menaced at each other, both catching their breath. The moment balanced on a knife's edge. Amid a blur of emotions and memories, Luca's mind flooded with questions.
Oh no.
The wind calmed, as if to give him the stage.
No, 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 no. Oh no! Ah! Okay, what do you think, chat? I mean, we're gonna end up doing both of them anyway, but what one should we do first? Weep or hum? Weep or hum? Hum? Alright, we got one vote for... Oh, two for hum. Okay. We got two for hum, so we'll try that one first.
And in the stillness, he began to hum.
Interesting.
After the death of his father, Luca had trouble sleeping. Each night, his mother would sit at the foot of his bed and hum a gentle melody. It was the only thing that could calm his mind. The only thing that, however briefly, could make it all seem okay.
We'll do weep next. We'll do weep next.
That melody pervaded every memory Luca had of his mother. Shivering in the raw snow, he began to hum it out loud.
Oh. You're actually making him hum.
Gran lowered the torch, listening closely.
That's heartbreaking.
As recognition slowly set in, her heart sank. Those countless nights of consolation, the incomparable loss they shared together. She let the torch fall to the snow and sizzle out.
Oh!
A few steps toward Luca was all she could bear before dropping to the snow herself. Through a flood of tears, she began to hum along, note for note.
Was I right yesterday? Was I right? Oh, heck. Wow.
Luca lifted his head in astonishment. The last time he heard that melody was the last night he saw his mother.
I think I was right yesterday. Oh, do you know? So sorry, my little buckaroo. But buckaroo? The only people who call me that are my dad and your mother.
Luca blinked through blurry, watery eyes, trying to see more clearly.
I was right. I was right yesterday. Heck.
He could just make out the impression of a familiar face.
Heck me.
He peered across the snowscape at the woman on her knees.
Heck me. I was right.
Something about her was undeniably his mother.
Dang.
Only smaller, older, changed.
Well, we found out yesterday, Amaryllis, that the goo in the source messes with space-time. Specifically, time. So I bet you she got the goo on her. So crazy how fast she pieced all this together. Unfortunately, Argon, this is the reason why I don't read mystery novels. Because I tend to figure them out well before the ending of the story. I have been told many times in my life that I should have been an investigator or a detective, which is unfortunate because it kind of ruins things for me sometimes because I do figure them out too fast. The same thing with horror movies. A lot of times I figure out what the twist is. Like, I remember the first time I saw The Sixth Sense. In the first 10 minutes of the movie, I figured out the twist. This is kind of intuition. I've been around the block a few times. Yeah, I remember the big hype around The Sixth Sense, and I'm like, what? I figured that out in the first 10 minutes of the movie. Like, it's not that hard to figure out. And people are like, no, it was really hard. No, it's not that hard to figure out because you notice things. Yeah, I do too. I do too, Amaryllis. But it's kind of a letdown sometimes because they build and they build and they build, and it's like, oh, I already figured this out. It's still fun, though. It is. It really is, Amaryllis. Particularly when they then throw you a curveball and you're not right. 'Cause every once in a while, they'll throw a completely out of left field curveball. And then it's like, oh, that's a delicious twist. Yeah, welcome on in, Jack. Welcome in. How are you doing? Mom? That's right, Buckaroo. Mom!
Lucas sprinted as fast as he could toward his mother. They held each other close, and the cold retreated from their bodies.
Aww. Eleanor? I thought you were... gone? You should have known I would never abandon my son. Yeah, I hear you there, Jack. I hear you there. I think Zero Wolf feels the same way. I'm doing pretty good this morning. The really super good mood I was in this morning has been slightly spoiled because of some bank problems this morning. But that's okay. We got through it.
Eleanor looked down at Luca, tightening her embrace in an appeal for forgiveness.
How? You're a smart man, Joseph. I thought you'd have pieced it together by now. Yeah, welcome on in, Shen. Welcome in. Huh. You were exposed. I don't understand any of this. What happened to you? Where did you go? Why did you leave me? I never left you. I was always right here, Luca. Why did you lie to me? It tore me up, Luca, but I did it to keep you safe. I thought that getting answers would help us both move on. But the more I discovered, the more I realized the danger we were in. Until perennial harvest was stopped, it was better if everyone thought I was gone. You could have trusted me. These are bad people, Luca. They won't stop until they get what they want. They don't care who gets hurt in the process. Then what do? We have to stop them.
Joseph slumped into the cold, wet snow.
They can't be stopped. This is too big. I tried beating them at their own game. I'm done fighting fire with fire.
For the first time in a long time, her voice felt like her own again.
No more lies. I see now. There's a better way to stop perennial harvest. The cold, hard truth.
Luca gazed down at Nuncreed with pity. He looked small. Joseph stared into the snow as if searching it for answers.
Come on, everyone. We've got a party to crash. Yeehaw! I managed to not blow up the town this time. I wonder if this is the path to, like, the true ending. You don't understand. He always wins. He who?
Chapter 9. The Devil You Know.
Oh, no.
7 months ago,
What?
Eleanor Van Horn crept down the maze of sterile hallways under perennial harvest.
Ooh.
She stopped in front of the large steel door marked Deep Engineering.
Oh!
No turning back now. She raised a trembling hand. The stolen keycard worked as promised, and the door bust open with mechanical efficiency. She was immediately hit with the smell of disinfectant.
Do I get to play as Eleanor?
It was some sort of laboratory. In one corner was a desk covered in papers. Across the room stood a tall metal pod with hoses protruding from its base. She rushed to the desk and began shifting through the piles of papers. They were experiment reports on something called Tempus liquamen. There were dozens of them, every one stamped failed. Eleanor heard the sharp echo of footsteps approaching. She was out of time. Her eyes scanned the room, eventually landing on the strange pod. Muttering a curse under her breath, she dashed over and dove inside.
Oh, bad idea. Huh. And that is what change is all about. Grabbing the future by the scruff of the neck and making things happen. Change is a choice. I am tickled pink that we will all be making that choice together. How great is that? This man is a liar. Excuse me. I will not. This town has a dangerous secret, and perennial harvest only exists to keep it hidden. Nonsense. They picked up the whole damn town and moved it right under our noses. You aren't making any sense, dear.
Mr. Kerr addressed the crowd with a sarcastic tone.
Imagine such a thing. It's absurd and just plain impossible. They promised they could fix the foul harvest. They told us they would clean this place up. We just had to leave town for a few days. But while they had us evacuated, Mrs. Hartford, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to... You're afraid of a lot of things, aren't you? You sniveling little worm. This is growing tiresome. A little help, please. Don't you all see? This festival is a sham. An excuse to have the whole town gather in one place. They're planning something awful. Are they? Oh no. Are they going to gas us? I don't know what, but these people are wicked. Don't listen to her. She has absolutely no proof. I am the proof. I am Eleanor Van Horn.
Whispers filtered through the crowd.
Well, aren't you just sneaky as the dickens? We all knew Valentine's fertilizer was too good to be true. And now this whole town is paying the price. Ladies and gentlemen, I am so sorry about this disruption. My associates will take this obviously disturbed woman somewhere comfortable so that she can get the help she needs. She's not the one who's disturbed. What do you... I think they were amaryllis. I think they were. Like, maybe to accelerate the growth. The problem is it accelerates too much and then the plants rot in the ground. You two-timing clown. Nuncree to the rescue! You all know there's something wrong with this town. It was just easier to look the other way. The truth is... Solomon? That's quite enough, Mr. Nuncreed. No way! No! 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 No, 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 no! 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 Yeah, there's the twist. That's the twist I didn't see coming. That is the twist I didn't see coming. Oh my god. Is that Sharper? Hold on. That's quite enough, Mr. Nuncreed.
Torment dragged on Joseph Nuncreed's face.
No way. Yes, sir. Is it really? Take them away. No, I want them to see this. Ah, the ever-tempestuous Eleanor Van Horn. You've been quite the thorn in my side. Like a weed that's burrowed in where it doesn't belong. I must confess, you look dreadful. A big twist just happened. No, I think this little guy, Solomon, who I was feeling bad for in the last scene and saying, I wish we got to know him better. I think it's freaking Sharper. I think this is the father. I think the father, instead of getting older, got younger.
He paused for a moment, plucking a piece of fuzz from his sweater and discarding it to the ground.
Consider yourself in rare company. You've managed to pull one over on me. It won't happen again. I knew you had some sort of plan to disrupt our little party. But alas, I expected something a little bit more impressive than incoherent rambling. No matter. Your failures are yours to bear. No way. Mr. Kerr? Yes, sir. It's a shame it was cut short, but I thank you for that rousing oratory. I will take it from here. No way. Yes, sir. Of course, sir. You have done quality work for me, William. You can look forward to the recompense we agreed upon.
Kerr gave a bow of deference.
Fudge. Founder, you are most gracious.
Gasps rippled through the crowd.
Thank you. We can dispense with the formalities from here on out.
Solomon pulled a glass vial from his pocket. In one smooth motion, he downed its contents.
Frickin' Sharper.
A triumphant smile grew across Solomon's lips.
You can all call me Sharper Valentine, son of a biscuit.
His body and face began to contort and expand as he disappeared into a belching green mist.
And welcome on in, Caliber Jerry Garcia. I did not see that one coming.
A hushed horror gripped the crowd.
Okay, how'd the
This
clothes
is
get
a
on him?
story about change.
What? No! Huh. So you didn't see that coming. Okay, he's really sexy. Sorry, he's really cute. Huh. So you didn't see that coming. Good.
Sharper examined his new hands.
Well, this is quite the improvement. Everything looks so much smaller now. Eleanor is right about one thing. This festival was a ruse. I wanted you all to witness my glorious return with your own eyes. Why does everyone look so downtrodden? This is a celebration, people. Maybe it would help if we set the mood. Mr. Kerr, be a dear and reveal the sign. Oh. Haha, wonderful.
Sharper choked out a crude squawk of a laugh.
Wow. Ooh, and what game were you playing, Cat Lover? Just out of curiosity.
Frustrated grumbles sprinkled through the crowd.
Sharper, you malicious bastard. Alice. Cosmoteer. Ooh, that sounds fun. Yeah, the lack of limits on some people's egos. I'm glad you're back, so I can tell it to your face. You destroyed this town. We ain't gonna let you get away with it again. Oh, sorry. This is not the time for audience participation. Some assistance, Mr. Kerr?
William Kerr gave a subtle nod to the clipboards.
You coward! Does anyone else have something to contribute?
A helpless quiet settled over the crowd.
I thought so. Did you all truly believe you could be free of me? A town of complete and utter fools. You people should be celebrating my return. You're clearly lost without me. And that leads me nicely to my children. Daddy? Oh, that's the first time I've seen him look happy. Seriously, that is the first time that Gus has looked happy and Sharper is just going to rip him to shreds. I gave you both the greatest gift a parent can give. The opportunity to prove yourselves in my absence. Squandered. To say I'm disappointed would be an understatement. But Silence, Augustus. An adult is speaking. I don't know which is worse, a son who is completely hopeless, or a daughter with such potential who inevitably lets me down. Eris, you fail me with admirable consistency. Thankfully, I was counting on it this time. Father, I've been wasting my time, dear. What have you accomplished? I was focused on cementing our legacy. A legacy? Who needs a legacy when you can just live forever? But what about... It's all right, kiddo. I'm afraid you suffer from a complete lack of imagination. There's just no helping it. Now then, where is Joseph? You didn't take the opportunity to slip off, did you? There he is. Everyone should give him a hand. None of this would have been possible without Joseph. I think you've said enough. Nonsense. The people deserve to know how helpful and loyal you've been. I only did what I did because he left me no choice. You always had a choice, Joseph. You were simply too weak to take it. No matter. Cheer up. You're about to be rich beyond your wildest dreams. You should follow Mr. Kerr's example. When I found him, he was in a sorrier state than any of you. An aging actor, desperate to recapture his youth. He played his part, and soon he'll be able to play the leading man again. Forever, in fact, if he remains loyal. That goes for all of you. Well, those who haven't already frittered away my goodwill. Beacon Pines is mine again. And I am willing to share its spoils in exchange for absolute loyalty. Are you saying Mr. Kerr was never in charge of Perennial Harvest? You think that puffed up blatherskite could have... Oh, that's such a good word! You think that puffed up blatherskite would have could have accomplished all of this? Dawn, I suppose it's time for your big exclusive.
Sharper addressed the crowd with indignant pride. He'd planned this moment for so long that now, at the deed's fruition, it almost felt frivolous.
You see, I needed a figurehead to hold things down while I orchestrated my return. Someone to misdirect, lie, and bilk this town for a spell. So I invented William Kerr. Take your bow. You've earned it.
Mr. Kerr flourished a preposterously elaborate bow.
Wow. Patrick C. Montesquieu, thespian extraordinaire, at your service. Founder, I just want to thank you again for this opportunity. It truly was the role of a lifetime. Wait. So this Bill Kerr was a patsy the whole time? Huh. Now that your secret is out in the open, what's to stop this town from rising up against you? Oh, that's the delicious part. Fear. Thanks to our clipboards, I know what each and every person in this town fears most. And I will make those fears manifest for anyone who steps out of line. Yep, Patsy. The choice is simple. I'm not afraid of you. Ha! The young hero. I've kept a keen eye on you, boy. You and your friends made a habit of disrupting my plans. What a pity. If things would have gone a bit differently. You might have had your moment of triumph. But that's fate for you. You can't do this. Oh, but I can. I have won. Never underestimate what a great man can do given time. And now, time is my plaything. Perhaps the most expensive thing I've ever bought. But well worth it. Ha!
Sharper coughed up one final laugh and cracked his knuckles.
Enough chit-chat. Let's get to work, shall we? Oh.
And so, Sharper set about remaking the town in his own image. The fertilizer factory soon reopened for business. Sales rose steadily as more and more farmers across the countryside began to swear by its miraculous properties.
Wow.
Beacon Pines became famous. A secretive town that, for the right price, shared its gifts with all. Gifts that became more and more necessary in a world where winters grew longer and longer.
Oh,
The end.
oh, where winters grew longer and longer. Ooh, twist. Yeah, welcome on in, Kindle. Welcome on in. And yeah, if you put horns on Sharper, you definitely get a Houndoom.
This is wrong, but things are becoming clearer now.
Yeah, I mean, we did survive that one. We did survive.
You can feel it, right?
But we've got one more at least to get through.
We can't let Sharper win. He might just be the key to this whole thing. Let's see.
But I want to know something. Okay. Yeah, pretty much survive until hypothermia. All right, so we can redo fire and ice, but I'm tempted to see what happens when Nuncree tries to grab us.